More than 250,000 people from around the globe visit the Jack Daniel's distillery in Lynchburg, Tennessee each year. Having never been, we thought it was only natural to check it out for ourselves. And this week's 3 in Your Town.
People often want to know, why did Jack come up to this location? Was he born here? Did he start making whiskey here? And then also these days, why are we still making whiskey in one location if we're going roughly to about 165 countries in the world? And the answer is the water source. If we could talk about whiskeys and beers and bagels and pizzas, chocolates, if you change your location, you change your water, you change your product. And so with the Jack Daniel's way of doing things, we're not interested in that.
Benjamin Spears wears many hats at the Jack Daniel's distillery in Lynchburg, Tennessee. But if you're lucky, he'll be your tour guide through this beautiful and storied facility.
It's the oldest barrel house we've got. It's the smallest barrel house we've got.
Though Jack Daniel's is located in a dry Middle Tennessee county, a variety of tasting tours are available to the public. Because there is a lot of flavor and a lot of history to learn about Jack Daniel's.
Back in 1941, we were actually, the U.S. government contested us and wanted us to change our title to Tennessee Bourbon. And the Montlows fought them. Actually went to Washington, D.C. with samples, the very samples that we have here on the table today. And the government tasted them and said, you know what, you're right, you don't taste like bourbon, it's very different. You have actually what they wrote is that you have a character unique to yourself, that they hadn't tasted anything like it before. And so, when you see these, so we take that to mean that we really do think we're different.
This man, Jeff Arnett, is the master distiller at Jack. He is responsible for making sure that the history, the tradition, and the flavor of each bottle of whiskey holds up to the standards put in place back in 1866. And a lot of variables go into each bottle and each barrel.
But ultimately, what we have historically done is taken a single whiskey or a single distillate here and used the processes of charcoal mellowing, of warehouse location, using some bottle proof. All these things will affect the experience that you have as a consumer.
For craft beer, for example, you know how good the brewery is when you taste their Pilsner.
Yep.
If you have their Pilsner,
yep,
you can't hide anything.
Right.
What would be the Jack Daniel's straight, like this is how good our product is straight up?
I would say Jack Daniel's barrel proof. This is, I always say that, for good or for bad, what comes out of your barrel at the end of your process, that's who you are. So this would be the purest form of our spirit. Like I said, I think this is 133 proof. And if you're not a good whiskey, you're going to sting and you're going to bite. But what you'll notice with this one is it's just warm. It has a very full and creamy mouthfeel. It kind of warms the pipe up.
All the way down.
But yeah, absolutely. That is, to me, if this is not good, if you're not good at barrel proof, then you're trying to do things to compensate, to your point.
In addition to the millions of bottles of Jack Daniel's sold each year, about 300,000 people visit the distillery.
For a very small city in Tennessee, I think we're very international. You'll see the map. Over in our visitor center. We ask people to put a pin, basically where they're from. They've come from all over the globe to visit us here, and we don't want to ever take that lightly. That's special.
What a fun assignment.
Wasn't terrible.
I would imagine it wasn't. And this is a busy time of year for them, of course, with the holidays.
Yeah.
A lot of people wanting to give those as gifts.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a different price range, tiers for what kind of experience you want to have there. You don't have to be a drinker. You can just go learn about the history, learn about how Jack Daniel's died. Very interesting story. Kick to say.